Today on Kraken's Garage, we talk about the Pan America. Is it going to be a win or a fail? Let's get cracking. I'm your host, Eric. Welcome to Kraken's Garage. We're going to talk about the Pan America today. I'll post a link down below. As I mentioned in the last video, on February 22nd will be the global release where they reveal all the specs on this new ADV bike being put out by Harley Davidson. Looks, what do you all think about it? Comment down below. Kind of has a road glide front end on it. I'll throw some pictures up, get a peek at it. I've seen the bike in person. Me personally, I kind of like the looks of it. Then again, all of the ADV bikes look like a baboon heading north, and you're looking at the south end of it, so none of them are going to win any beauty contests. So give credit where credit's due. What specs I do know, and when I did see it in person, it had a 19-inch front wheel, 17-inch rear wheel, Brembo brakes, yay, engine guard, bash plate, and the hard bags are available for it. It also had running lights and a few other items on it. It was rocking the Revolution Max engine, which is brand new for the Moco. It should be noted, it was my perception that the engine was used as part of the stress member on the frame of the bike to help reduce the weight of the bike. Now, that's probably one of the 10,000-pound gorillas in the room, is how much is it going to weigh? Most speculate it'll be well north of 600 pounds because Harley never made a light bike. All their bikes are pretty much cruisers for the most part. Let's dig into it a little further, and I have a few thoughts on that. It had a chain final drive, again, reduction of weight, but it comes at a price. When you have a chain final drive, it is the least expensive final drive you can have on a motorcycle to produce from a manufacturer's perspective. With that comes the high maintenance of having to oil it every 500 miles and scrub that chain every whatever the intervals are. If you're taking a trip to Alaska and back from Virginia, it's more than inconvenient to be sitting out in a parking lot, Walmart, or at the motel, scrubbing your chain and relubing it to get back on the road, messing up the parking lot. So something to think about. The Revolution Max sports 145 horsepower with a claimed 90 pounds-feet of torque. Again, that's what Harley claims, and that's where manufacturers can fudge numbers. Is it at the crank? Is it at the rear wheel? Normally they want to run it as high as possible to get the hype up on whatever they're selling. It's not just Harley. All the manufacturers do this, so it's unfortunate. I wish they would just be realistic and post whatever the data is and be legit about it. I think you would gain more respect from the consumer if you were authentic in what you claim. The direct competitors are the Ducati Multistrada with the V4, the KTM 1290 series, Adventure series. Let's talk about those for a second. Ducati Multistrada, 175 horsepower out of that V4. The service intervals on that motor are 9,000 miles or 15,000 kilometers. The KTM's with its V-twin is rocking 160 horsepower, again 9,000 mile service intervals or 15,000 kilometer, so they kind of parallel each other. KTM 1290 adventure bike weighs 240 kilograms or about 529 pounds. The BMW weighs in at 249 kilograms or 549 pounds. The BMW GS and the KTM are the best off-road ADV bikes on the planet right now, in my opinion. Following a close second is the Ducati Multistrada. What separates that from the BMW and the KTM is that V4 churning out 175 horsepower. With that much horsepower, it's more adept at carving up the tarmac than it is. It is still dirt capable, but not as capable as the BMW or the KTM. Now, lest we forget, now to be fair, Harley did have an ADV bike. It was called the Buell Ulysses, and they sold the daylights out of the bike, and the people that bought them absolutely loved it. It had a bulletproof drivetrain and just ran like stank and was lightweight, did a great job on it. But we'll talk about why that failed in another video, and I'll touch upon it later on in this video. The key element here for this bike to win or fail doesn't lie with changing the attitude of the consumer or the buyer, myself or whomever might be interested in that bike. You have to change the attitude of the sellers, the dealerships, the whole mindset. Is this going to be another one like the Buells, like my Roadster, like other XR Harleys and stuff like that, that gets zero showroom time up on the front row of the showroom, and there's hype from the sales rep when you come in to look at that bike and sit down and talk about it and give a demo drive, features and benefits, and quality fit and finish discussion about that bike like you're happy to do so much with your CVOs for $50,000? We'll see. I haven't been to a Harley dealer for any service or parts in 15 years. Got tired of getting slapped around. Dealers got really froggy in my area, and we're abusing the customer base. That said, the pendulum has swung back the other direction, and now I visit my Harley dealer, Stonewall, which you've heard me mention, Stonewall in Orange, Virginia. The people couldn't be any nicer. They bend over backwards to help me. They get me the information I need. Ultimately, I think what's going to make or break this bike is the weight. It has got to be somewhere around 550 pounds, and I'm hoping that Harley does so and keeps it way below 600 pounds. At the end of the day, picking up a very tall bike, for those of you that haven't done ADV riding, go ride one. Go ride this bike when it comes out. They are bloody tall. Be prepared for that. And it amazes me the number of short guys I see on a BMW GS Adventure, and they're 5'2" tall. It's like, dude, how do you ride that thing? All right, you're the man. So number one, the weight. Number two, the price. The entry level GS is 18 and some change, add freight, blah, blah, blah. It's going to be around 19 grand. This bike needs to be at 19 grand before you start adding ABS and all the goodies onto it, RDRS, navigation. So I think it needs to be priced in the same structure as the BMW GS 1250, in my opinion, which is the leader of the pack. Make no mistake about it. Next, I'm not going to be very popular for this, but kick Jason Momoa to the curb. He's the wrong dude to be rocking the Pan America on the promo videos. He rides choppers and that kind of thing. He's not an ADV dude. You're selling sunshine to the public. It's not justifiable or authentic, in my opinion. Get a real ADV rider. There's many out there, and hire them to do the promos for this bike. Possibly hire them to take a trip on it and document it and turn it into a documentary on the longevity, how powerful the bike is, and how well it holds up on going on an epic long journey. Much like The Long Way Around and that kind of thing with Ian and Charlie. Hire those two if you have to. Have them go north to south, the North Pole maybe to the South Pole. But do not have a chase van with all the perishable tires, parts, brake pads, spokes, anything that could break on the journey. Let them figure it out and film it. Don't have a film crew. We all do it. I do it. We put on GoPros and we make it happen. You will gain more respect authenticating a real rider, riding this bike to a real place, and win, lose, or draw, how it succeeds or fails. And there'll be some fails. Make no mistake, every trip I've ever taken across country, there'll be some fails where something goes haywire. Welcome to the real world. And that's what people want to see. That's what people want to know. And I think it will do wonders for branding this motorcycle. Make the content legit, authenticate the durability without a support team. If nothing else, I hope somebody from Harley watches this video, because the points I make about the sales team and the people that are marketing it, the people that will most likely be filmed taking a journey on the Pan America, are the wrong direction in my opinion. You're entering a new market. The large bore off-road ADV bikes are dwindling and going down as we speak in sales numbers, meaning the BMW GS and the KTM Super Adventure, things like that. Big hoopla in that market right now is the mid-size, like the Yamaha Tenere 700 and the KTM 690. That's where it's at. They're freeway capable, yet they're off-road capable. And you're not hefting around 550-pound bikes, add all your gear and bags or whatever, and yourself, and you're up to 700-800 pounds going off-road. It becomes a moose to deal with when you're off-road and you're going on a long journey. I hope somebody gives that some thought. I want to see this win. I mentioned the Buell Ulysses for a reason, because Buells at every dealer around me were nowhere to be found on the showroom. They were tucked in a corner with an inch of dust on them. If you inquired about them, you were all but laughed at. Kick these bums out of the Harley dealership that have that mentality. There's plenty of people that need a job right now that are enthusiasts. Hire somebody that does do ADV, even if he rides a BMW or KTM, and get that dude on your showroom talking about what this bike can do. Good stuff. You need to revamp your dealerships and how you present and serve up the sale and the message. Think about it, Harley. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. If you want to see more in the future, hit that subscribe button down there in the corner. And remember, folks, go riding. It's good for you. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.